Hello everybody, this is LaManna Consulting Group. LaManna Consulting Group specializes in three things. Number one, strategy. Number two, succession plans. Number three, success. How to achieve success. So let's talk about what's really hot right now during Corona. Business owners asking the question about succession. And that's very interesting because I have gone through a family business succession. It took us a solid 5 years to achieve what we had to do. That's how long it took. At the same time you're building a business, I got 10 brothers and sisters, and my father invested a tremendous amount of his business career into building the company, Vomella Specialty Company. And so we looked at it in about 1985. We started looking at it very seriously. And some of the questions that I spoke to my father about was, what was he asking himself of a transition? What was he looking at? He was approaching 65 years old. He was looking at a retirement commitment, move to Florida, do other things with his wife, and so on. And so I was very curious of what he asked himself. So I started attending family business workshops, college classes at St. Thomas University in St. Paul, Minnesota. They had a family business transition course. Started talking to other family members because most of our peers are family and privately held businesses in the printing in the Midwest especially. So today, it's not unusual for me to get a baby boomer or first, second, third, or even fourth generation asking me questions about, Rock, how'd you guys do it? How'd your family do it? And how did that all happen? So this particular podcast or video is more or less speaking to the owners, the controlling equity partner of the family business. What's next? During Corona, after Corona, crisis, and so on. It's a huge, huge decision. And number one is, my question is what's the investment? Is the owner, controller interested in growing the business over the next 10 years? That's number one. Do they really have the runway to do it again? And not only time, the health, the effort, the discipline, the commitment. I mean, it's a tremendous, tremendous situation. So there's four things that you really have to look at if you're either going to grow the business, invest in growing it, or second choice is invest in going away from the business or exiting. So basically, the four things that you really need to look at, first of all, if you're a positive person seriously looking at a succession, you need to look at the people. Who's involved, their roles. Is it family members, non-family members? Because a succession doesn't always mean family. It could be the existing management. Okay, existing management is a potential buyer or succession opportunity. Number two is, what is your strategy? Which way are you going to go? All right, on that. Either you're growing or you're going. Number three is, who's going to execute it? Usually the owner is so busy trying to work on the business versus in the business at this stage that you better start looking at who's going to execute it. And if it's not family members, you definitely have to hire professional advisors. And they could include attorneys, family business consultants, therapists, priests, rabbis, whatever it is. someone you could trust that has experience of making these transitions work. You need to really trust these people. Appraisers, insurance policy, comprehensive policy opportunities to take a peek at. Your estate plan. I mean, there's a lot going on. And then number 4 is probably a priority for everybody, is cash. What type of cash do you have to invest in the future? Because you really have to look at these strategies over the next 10 years. So if you're 65 years old, 70 years old, you're going to be 75 or 80 years old. I know people that have died with their businesses that did not have a succession plan. And it really makes it difficult. So these are the things that you should really be looking at as you really dive deep into your soul, into your spirit, and really be spiritually understanding that life is too short. Life will go on. So the really 4 points you should be looking at as a strategy, as a business owner, is those huge 4 points. Number 1, what people are going to be involved to help you commit to number 2, which is a strategy, because you have to develop a strategy. It should be documented. Takes time. At the same time, you're building your business. Number 3, who's going to execute it? Is it going to be inside the family? It's going to be outside the family? Is it going to be inside the business? Because business is business. You should communicate to your team of where you're headed and your vision for the next 10 years, even if it is a succession plan. Inform your people, okay? Because you need the most creative, talented people for the next 10 years of your life, because it's most critical. And then, of course, you really need to understand your financial situation. You really need to, because either way, it's a huge investment to commit to your next 10 years. So I hope this all helps. If you have any questions for me, it's a discreet call. And I love calls because it's either on the phone, we're Skyping, we're FaceTime, we could text each other, and so on. That number, once again, Rock LaManna, 561-543-2323. If you want to take a peek at my team, it's rocklamanna.com, and I'm all over the place. So I'm looking forward to hearing your questions. If there's any opportunity that we could help you, we're here for you. Once again, Rock LaManna. I'll see you in the marketplace. God bless.